I believe in taking off the mask. When people think of split personalities, their mind immediately jumps to the Hollywood cliché of a man who is one person by day and another by night. Think of Superman, among other superheroes. My dilemma is different. Instead of one alternate identity, I struggle with at least 10 unique personalities. At home, I am a recluse, never leaving our upstairs rooms unless it's dinner time. When my siblings are home, my interactions with them generally involve them coercing me to come downstairs and hang out. Eventually, when I deem I've spent enough time downstairs, I sneak back upstairs. At school, it's worse, and frankly, I'm ashamed of how I act. In most of my classes, I don't pay attention at all. I just draw maps, read, and write out plans for what I'm going to do when I get home. My biggest failing is I try to act nonchalant about the opinions of others at school, only to find that I've been driven in the opposite direction, trying to fit in and be accepted as one of them. Nowhere is this worse than in band. Band is where I let it all out and act weird because that's what band geeks do. My humor has become cruder and I've become a very annoying and extrovert. Sports are a whole different can of worms, and I am disappointed to say that I let my anger at myself and my situation detract from my attitude on the tennis team. As of now, I've been stuck at the 13th spot on the ladder for 2.5 years and have no hopes of advancing because I was never given the chance. About halfway through my junior year, I decided that if the coach wouldn't even bother spending the time to help me, why bother trying by myself? There were better things for me to focus on improving. My personality in sports had become apathy at its worst. I have many personalities online. Because nobody knew me personally, I could create my own image depending on who I was interacting with. In most cases, I used it as a release from the confines of home and the expectations of school. This resulted in yet another personality, which wasn't really me. There are only two places where I am proud of my conduct and whose personalities I aim to represent all the time. At Civil War reenactments, the camaraderie and discipline that comes together changes me into an individual so mature that when my mom saw me reenact for the first time, she didn't recognize me. I believe that the reason my reenacting personality is so different from the ones previously stated is because in reenacting, you take on the aspect of a figure of the past. You create a character. The ironic thing is, though, in putting on a completely fictional character to relieve history for the benefit of the public, I've been revealing myself as I truly am. The people who see me reenact aren't seeing a mask that I put on for someone else's benefit. It's just a genuine portrayal of myself teaching others about the past and thoroughly enjoying myself while I'm at it. Another reason that my reenacting personality is so different is because by the time I took up reenacting, I knew I had personality issues and had decided not to create a new mask. In the end, though, I want the dedicated, thoughtful, and respectful person I am at religious functions like church, West Coast Honor Camp, and Awana to be what everyone notices when they first meet me. My faith is very important to me, but due to my fears of other opinions, I've tried to cover it up with various masks. It's sad because when people find out about my faith and convictions for the first time, they are astonished because they always assumed I was an atheist because I am a nerd. They compare me to Jimmy Neutron or Sheldon Cooper because they are only exposed to assumptions they have made on my proficiency in academics and my eccentricity at school. Some of my personalities are polar opposites of each other and create conflicts when they come into contact. My band and church personalities are the ones that come into conflict the most. This is because my band personality calls me to try to fit in with the rest of the band, to go with the flow, while my faith tells me to stand up for what I believe in and to stick to my morals. Unfortunately, I cave into my band personality too often. It's the mask I need to eliminate if I want to show everyone who I really am. I liken my condition to a boggart from Harry Potter. Their true form is only revealed when they are alone, and they continually shapeshift according to whom they come into contact with. Just like when my band and faith personalities come into conflict, when a boggart encounters more than one person, it may try to shapeshift according to both people, and if each person is very different, the combination will be wholly ineffective. Although a boggart may change form into a person's deepest fear, they put on their mask out of self-defense. Likewise, we all put on our different masks in defense of our egos, our pride, and our self-image. This is why I believe in taking off the masks we put on to blend in and fixate on the people we want to be. I'm not unique in my split personalities. We all have our masks that we use in different situations, whether it's at home, school, work, online, or elsewhere. In my case, I am ashamed of these masks, the ones I wear to school, band, and while I'm online. I want to be more like the person I am around my parents, at church, and at reenactments all the time. I want to be a person who is respectful, dedicated, committed, faithful, honest, and even if people have vastly different opinions than my own, I want them to be able to admire me for sticking to who I am, not swayed by a fear of opinions. I want to be myself, and I believe that everyone needs to quit trying to mold themselves into something they aren't and to take off their masks. This, I believe.